Hi everyone, happy Easter or happy spring, whatever you celebrate. Today I want to show you a Easter collage that I made in my Enchanted Forest journal. This is from CoraCreaCrafts, and I also use most of my supplies from CoraCreaCrafts. I'll show you the paper pack just to give you a hint. It's a beautiful eggs. I'll show you this at the end, but I'd love to show you the collage. Now, it's really not anything religious, so it's more spring-like, Easter's bunnies, just Easter bunny fun. Look at this. I know this is quite busy, quite the collage, but it's kind of a fun Easter egg hunt. And I really took that to heart by, on both sides, just fussy cutting a bunch of Easter eggs. The rich blue ones here, there's a gold one here, there's some lighter tan ones with some blue designs right here. And also it's bunnies. Another egg hiding up there. Bunnies are hopping in and out of the page. Here's one approaching over here. I also fussy cut all the bunnies right here. A full one right here. This bunny's going into the next page where his counterpart image, I'll show you that in a minute, is over there. And I kind of put this on a pastel background. It kind of has a stained glass feel to it, but it's all pastels, also from the same CoraCrea pack. I'm really happy with how this page in particular turned out. I like both sides. I will insert a picture right here of how it looked with just this page, because I did feel like it looked better with a single page versus adding another busy page next to it. But that's the risk you take when you want to do something on both pages. I also used some washi tapes at the bottom here, these green eggs, the green grass with the eggs that say Happy Easter, and these bunnies in the grass, this white one here, and these pastel stripes along the side. My mom got me a whole pack of Easter washi tapes, so I wanted to incorporate them as well. And I really like how that brought this bottom, and the bunny's body was getting a little bit torn off, but there we go. Bring this bottom part like all together. And I actually thought I really wanted to play with the blue and yellows because they're contrasting colors, I thought, and they're really pretty together. For some odd reason, I thought I had some PET pet plastic tape of, think like a forsythia flower, that type of yellow in like a vine form, just hanging off of a tape, you know, maybe normal pet tape height. I don't have that. I really thought I did. I must have just seen it somewhere, and maybe I put it on one of my wish lists or while I was trying to make a birthday list. I don't know, but I thought I had it and I didn't. But I do have these gorgeous colored tree washi tapes. That's the 6-pack that I got from Temu. It's the only item from Temu on these collages actually, and they were in the 1-cent haul that I did. So these trees were colorful enough with some yellows that I put them in. I don't know whether it added to it or not. And I did have one bunny here that's a realistic bunny. Looks like an Eastern cottontail, you know, our typical bunny. He or she was in a sticker pack that my mom got me for my birthday. She got me some pet stickers, like pet plastic clear stickers of a bunch of different themes, one including animals. So, you know, I'll be enjoying that. So I really love this first page. So what I wanted to do with the second page was to kind of do the same thing but in reverse. On this side, you'll see I cut these bunnies. Like I said, I did the fussy cutting. Here's another one down here, peeking his head in through the grass. I love that one. I cut them out of this blue paper that you see here and featured up here. And my thought was to kind of do a reverse, not like a black-white swap, but almost like a blue-white swap, and put more of the blue in this background and then less of the pastels. But that didn't turn out quite as well as I'd hoped, and I don't really know why, other than that maybe the blue made it too dark over here. I'm not sure. My idea was to fill the blue areas with beautiful colors of florals, and I fussy cut these florals from the CoraCrea papers as well. And then you can see there's a pink reddish, kind of like a dark pink tulip right here, and another bluish, I don't know what type of flower that is, and even some smaller yellow flowers along here. I did try to add the colors and the pops of yellow wherever I could on the blue. More flowers up here. I fussy cut all these from the CoraCrea papers, and also the pastel sheet is in the back here. For some reason, it just didn't look quite as good as I'd hoped, but there's still hidden eggs. It still pops a blue. It's still lots of fun. It just is an experiment, something different that I wanted to try. I mean, it still looks really cool. I fussy cut the flowers and the eggs. So maybe it was, the trick was to fussy cut the bunnies. I don't know. But they're both unique and different at the same time, and also using the exact same paper pack. So I do like that. The colors are kind of cohesive, which is one thing with CoraCreaCrafts. If you order from there, and I do have a 15% off. It's just a customer code. I do get some rewards points if you use it, but you get to save 15% off anything in her shop. It's in a link. I'll link that down below. I am a happy customer there and really have loved all these. I believe this was actually last year's Easter kit, so 2024, but she had it on sale in her warehouse sales. She's been doing them if you're into crafting paper supplies. Coralie has been holding them at kind of at the end of the month. Sign up for her monthly newsletter and she'll tell you the day. It was supposed to be the last Friday of every month. Last month it was on the Sunday. I don't know when it'll be this month yet, but it's 2 hours on Instagram Live, and then she does 2 hours on TikTok Live, and you have to pay for shipping ahead of time, but it holds your spot, and then you can claim things in the live. It's a lot of fun. You don't get everything if there's, you know, only a certain amount of items. Just be fast and know what you want. But I got these papers for over 50% off for this pack, and I'll show you the pack that I use. A bunch of the items are cut up. Let me know what you think of this collage before I get into the paper packs. I really love it. I thought it was really, really pretty. Lots of colors, especially the side. I had a lot of fun with it. It did take me 2 afternoons. I basically spend an afternoon, 1 hour to 1.5 hours on each side. And there was lots of fussy cutting in this. It might have even taken closer to 2 hours each day. But I want to show you the paper packs next. All right, so this is going to be a trick, but all the paper packs come in a plastic bag, and you can see I have a bunch of scraps. And I think what I'm going to try to do is just pull out the remaining papers, and then, I mean, obviously you'll know what I cut out and what I use, because I literally just talked about it. And okay, so I got some of them, but not all of them. But I mean, you can see literally what I did with the Easter eggs. Now, I've learned something. In the past, you know, most of her paper packs come with a paper, like half of the stack that can be just cut and just regular paper, and then half that will actually peel off and stick to the back of the page. And it used to be that I used the ones that stick to the back of the page as the backgrounds. That's what I did with this stained glass window up here. But then, you know what, I realized as I was fussy cutting the eggs, it would have been smarter to use this page to fussy cut the eggs. And that way, as I cut them, each egg would have been its own sticker. So word to the wise, if you're going to fussy cut the ones with the sticker on the back, because then you can use them as a peel-off sticker. It would have gone much faster. It was hard for me to get some of my glue on the smaller eggs, you know, the whole thing. But I love this page, how it's one golden egg, one yellowish egg, and a bunch of blue, white, tan, even eggs. It's a really pretty page. And I just kind of saw this and really wanted to craft with it. So I have another. This is the one with the stickum on the back. So I learned, and I did do that with the flowers. So when I fussy cut the flowers out for the left page here, I was able to just apply them like a sticker. And with all the tendrils, you know, all the petals, grass, whatever, everything that was fussy cut. Stalk, plant, I'm totally forgetting botany terms at the moment, but everything would just peel off like a sticker, and I didn't have to worry about getting glue on these tiny little pieces. So that did work much better. I think in the past I used her sticking ones, the ones with the sticker on the entire back were the vellum sheets, and vellum looks fantastic. I always use them as backgrounds, and that's why I continue to do it, but these aren't vellum. So it would have made my life easier, but that's okay. Live and learn, right? Especially in crafting. So I want to show you some of the other papers that I didn't get to use yet, and you'll see some of the varieties. Now this I haven't used in either form, this egg. These are really cool. So if I do any more fussy cutting of eggs, it's going to be off of here. This is still the sticker one, and this is a sticker of another. It's a slightly, is this one different? Yeah, this one is slightly different. It's another stained glass pastel look, but it's also sticker form. It doesn't have the yellows that the one I had. And then the paper ones of the floral, I have this whole one left. I loved this page with all the gorgeous, vibrant florals. Sorry, I knocked the whole camera there. Another paper version of this one and a paper version of this one. I actually think these kind of would go together nicely now that I'm looking at this. Maybe for next year at this point, I can save some for next year. Now, I didn't get to show you any of the pastel window pane. I would like to show you that one because it was a lot of fun and really pretty. I think I did use a lot of it on the page. Here's some scraps left just in case I keep my scraps together if they're the same. I know a lot of people put scraps in a separate holder of some sort, which I'm now learning with crafters, but I kind of tend to keep my scraps with the paper packs that the scraps came from because the colors will go together, and if I need something to cover up a spot, this strip, right, could go down if I had a mistake. I mean, in some ways I used the washi, I didn't even point out, go back to the collage for a minute, I didn't even point out the Easter egg, the green grass washi tape I used up here. And part of that was because I messed up the measuring. But I also wanted to get this same green, light green pastel, that poor bunny, the light green pastel part of here. I wanted to get this up here, but it didn't have the same effect. And maybe I needed, you know, I used 3 rows of washi tape here. Maybe I needed to use more. I still love this, and I did fussy cut around this bunny's ears. I'm just noticing. It was fun to have these guys pop in and out. This one was right here on the bottom. There he is there. It was something cool. I had fun with it, and I really liked the pastel window pane, stained glass window pattern, whatever you like to call it. You could really use it either way, upside down. I was having a hard time figuring out what side was the correct side up when I was cutting it all out, but beautiful colors for Easter. It gave it a nice spring feel. So this is an awesome packet. It came with 10 papers. I believe there were 5 of each. So 5 of the design in a paper and 5 with a sticker background. And over 50% off. I couldn't pass that up. It was a lot of fun to craft with these. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully you're enjoying spring so far, and have a great holiday, whatever you decide to do, or just have a great Sunday. And if you're in the premiere, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to leave the like and that comment. It helps me and it helps my channel. Till next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.